go. We're going to hit record. And we're going to be on, let's see, one person calling in. Show callers. Except Donna Brown. There you go.
Hey, girl.
Hey, Donna, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Hear me, Jess. We're going to share this with your friends. If you can see on your screen how to share with your social media fan base. Go ahead and do that. You should see maybe Twitter or Facebook. Go ahead and share it. Let them know that, to come on in and watch the show, okay? This is Renewing Purpose Reset Your Life, where every day presents another opportunity to hit the reset button on your life. That's just not something that I say. That's something that I do. I think that everybody has a chance to, when they wake up and breathe in the morning, that they have the opportunity to change their lives, okay? They can make that decision to change their lives, and so that's what we talk about here. And so I'm really excited to have you. You're looking so pretty today.
Thank you. This is my turn.
We got the same hairdo. Look at us.
Oh, I love it too. I don't have to do
it looks great. It looks great. Well, listen. So I got your bio here, and so I know you're a licensed ordained minister of the gospel of Jesus Christ. It says here since March 2001. Yeah. And you have a seasoned women's ministry, and also so you've been coaching since coaching was popular. Okay, that's what it says. And so you and your husband. Is your husband with you today?
Yes, he is. He is, Jimmy.
Okay, well, we're gonna be talking to Jimmy too. Tell him he doesn't get a chance to escape. Okay, so we're gonna be talking with him too.
Okay.
So tell me, if you don't mind, we're gonna talk about the entire gamut. I know I had you on when talking about your launching your new career as a comedian, but we don't want to leave out the ministry part either, because that's very important. Tell me how that started. You've been doing it since 2001. Was this accidental?
No, I've always. Are you talking about our marriage?
The ministry.
Okay. No, Jim and I have always had a heart to help married couples, because we believe that everything that we've ever gone through is to be used to help others.
That's right.
And so we've always been kind of in a I'll say bootlegging marriage mentoring. You know what I'm saying? So we just went on and made it official. Right. And so that, couples would just come to us and we would talk to them and everything. And we was kind of, like I said, we was kind of doing it unofficially, but then we just went ahead and said, God anointed us in that area. So it started from there.
Okay. And so people just, they just call upon you when they need help, or is there some kind of system, or, what's the process?
Well, actually, our referrals is our biggest marketing tool, but they can call us. We are on Facebook, Meet the Browns, Married for Life. We have like a ministry packet that we send out just to, to go over the process. Everything is completely confidential. We do not charge. We make house calls. That's just the sense of urgency that we have to help married couples, because, marriages are under attack. We know that.
That's right.
So
okay, and so you not only is it just married couples that are having problems, or is it counseling before they get married? How to keep them happy? Is it does it run the gamut?
Premarital counseling. I mean, when you get married, because a lot of people, when they get in there, they just like, okay, I didn't think it was like that. And, and really and truly, most of the time, we're just mediators. We serve as mediators. We listen to them, and then we pray and give them our take on it. And most of the time, we're on point, But yeah, people just need coaching in that area. They think they're going into marriage thinking one thing, and it's a whole different.
It's a whole different story. And speaking of coaching, because there's a lot of talking involved. Do you find that that when you all talk, that a lot of times they just talking it out, they will either come up with their own solutions. They just need somebody to talk it out with.
Talk it out, And one thing that we found over the years that we've been doing this, most of the time when they have issues or situations, because they're not listening to each other, they're so busy trying to fuss and get their point across, they don't even really hear what's going on. And so what we do in one of the in our sessions, what we do is we'll have the husband, he gets his time to share why he is in this session with us. Uninterrupted. Wife can't say nothing. She cannot say, no, you got it wrong. None of that. And then we hear him out, and then her to hear. Because, a lot of times we just don't hear. We just busy going and fussing and everything, but you don't hear. So we allow each of them the opportunity to speak and say their part.
Mm-hmm. And so that works. But you know what? Hearing that's the tool for any kind of communication. When you think about it, you all just have to specialize in marriages, but people have a hard time listening. Okay,
Absolutely.
you're talking. You can't help but hear. But listening is a whole nother thing.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay. And so I guess part of that process is teaching them, once they leave you all, to continue that communication in that same manner of listening.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Communication, that's number one.
It's number one. Mm-hmm. And so is it like ongoing? You all, so you meet with them, you have accountability sessions or anything like that?
We start off we start off with four sessions.
Okay.
But sometimes it goes on. I mean, sometimes we'll have 6 to 7 to 8, but we always tell them. We'll always tell them, if you ever need us, call us. We're your servants. Once you signed us on, we're your servants for life. Mm-hmm. I mean, whenever you need us, call us. Don't ever think you can't call us. But just as far as the standard session, we try to have like 4 at least. But then of course some couples take more than that. Some couples we still see that we've done 6-7 years ago.
They try to move in with you. They try to move in with you, become part of the family. But because there's in counseling and coaching, there are no one-hit wonders, and so a lot of times people get that confused, about even what a coach is. They think it's a session where you sit down and you talk, and you're gonna give some advice, and you go on, and nobody ever, either holds you accountable to it, or you're gonna take that one session, but you can't fit everything in.
You cannot. You cannot.
It's a process. You got to start here. Mm-hmm. Okay. Where we trying to go to next, and that kind of thing. Does that work the same way?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Just kind of talk it out, and I mean, it can be quite tasking, but we've got patience. We've been doing it for a long time. We've heard everything.
There's nothing new, huh? There's nothing new. I don't care what the topic is. There's probably nothing new. There's never anything new under the sun. But just different people, huh?
Yeah,
just different people. A different time, a different place, but all the things stay the same. But but then you approach them in different ways depending on the people.
Different approach. We're always praying about the approach. Definitely.
Well, very good, very good. And you've been married how long?
26 years in January.
6 years in January. A lot of people look. A lot of people don't even make it 2 + 6. Okay, so that's an honor to be able to be in a marriage that long, and surely you have some great advice to offer. But so you have transitioned, not transitioned because you're still a minister, but you have launched a comedic career.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I know about that word. Okay, talk about the word. Okay, the comedian. Okay,
I struggle with that word. I tell you, I struggle with that word.
And we started talking about that the other day. I'm still trying to get clear on that.
I know it because I'm not clear. I don't know why I struggle with being called a comedian. I don't know. But if you look up the word, like I told you, if you look it up in the dictionary, what is it? It's somebody who makes people laugh. So yeah.
You want to come up with a new name for you?
Let me pray about it. I don't know.
I mean, you're the one who comes, but I'm okay with calling you a comedian.
I know.
Because that's what you do. Well, tell me how that all started. Well, before we move on to that, when we talk about being uncomfortable with calling me, do you think it detracts from being a minister or your ministry in some way?
You know what? That might be it. But you know what? I mean, my style of ministry anyway is kind of on the, I mean, I'm very lighthearted with it. I'm very forthright, very light. And so a lot of times I'm finding myself, even in that arena, I'm doing stand-up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
I don't know. I'll figure it out. I just don't know why I struggle with that. Being called a comedian.
It's just in your own head.
Yeah.
Nobody else ever brings it up, right?
No. No. It's Donna. It's me.
It's just Donna. And they know you, Donna, even in the ministry, as being a lighthearted, funny person.
I am who I am. I try to get around it. Even when, let me tell you, Sharita, when I first started off in ministry, me and my good friend, my great friend, Rosie, I mean, she and I are like night and day, and she is very, very poised and quiet. And so here I am, this big crazy chick, and so I said, well, I'm going to have to be like Rosie. But it never worked. It never worked. Yeah. And I just realized that being myself, who I am, and along with God, that's when it works.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way it ever works. You say you are who you are, but then you are who God says you are too. And it never works trying to be somebody else.
I'm telling you. I can't do it.
We were talking about that in church today, how, sometimes we're always worried about what people say or, what somebody else is doing. And I had to remind him that, people watching us too.
Absolutely.
And sometimes people think that you're one way and you're not. I think they think you have, while we might be comparing ourselves to someone else in a way that we might want to be like them, but somebody's watching us, Donna, too.
You're right.
Like us. Not saying that they should, but we're not going to be doing that. And some people are just who they are, and they need to accept themselves for who they are. If there's something about themselves they don't particularly like, then they need to try to change that aspect of who they are.
You're right.
They do that. I mean, they need to do that. Now, that's the last time I want to hear that from you. Okay. So tell me how the comedy started. Now, as far as a career or profession.
Okay. Forever, people have told me, Donna, you are operating outside of your calling. I mean, you're missing your calling. Okay. Which I totally agree with that, because I didn't miss it. I probably just started late on a professional level, whatever. But I've been this way forever. Okay. But when we did the America's Funniest Home video, and I came in second place, by the way, it was an experience that God allowed me to have, that just a little sneak peek into what I could be doing and enjoying it instead of working on my secular job. I told my husband, I said, you know what, Jimmy, if I do this, I won't have, I'm getting tired of being a fool for free. Let me be crazy and get paid for it. You know what I'm saying? Because when we went to LA, it was awesome. How they treated us. I mean, just like the red carpet experience. It was awesome. So I said, I can get used to this. So when I experienced that, which was only in October 2015,
really,
God began to deal with me about just me starting to launch out and do things. Since then, I've had, in fact, next week I've got a birthday I've got to do. A good friend of mine, her sister's turning 50, and
Is this one in Chelsea? Is this the one in Chelsea?
No, this is a totally different event. This is a birthday party. Yeah, the one in Chelsea is a Church of God in Chelsea.
That's right. Okay, right.
And but this is a birthday party, and she just said, Donna, I said, what you want me to do? She said, just be you. That's what I can do that. So now I'm getting more opportunities. I'm getting more phone calls. People are just asking me to just come and just be silly, make us laugh. I realize that there's so many hurting people. There are a lot of hurting people. If they can laugh, if I can contribute to their happiness, I'll be enough. I'll do that.
Well, so what prompted you to do the America's Funniest video? Did somebody challenge you to do that? And you say, hey, Jimmy, I think I ought to do this.
Well, actually, Jimmy video
Jimmy.
a lot of dares, yeah. Jimmy videotaped me, and I put it on Facebook, and people laughed at it, and I just got a lot of feedback. Donna, you need to send this in. You need to do it, and I did it. I mean, I just did it, and I got a call. I mean, like I did it in July. I got a call in August, and they flew us out 2 weeks. They flew us out on September 11th, and
really?
it aired in October. Yeah, and I was like, okay, Lord, if it was that easy, you own this. This is you. This is you, because it was easy, effortless.
Right.
And but after I got a taste of that, I wanted more.
You wanted more. Yeah, so it was great. It was great. Well, and so now you talked about, and so you're doing some stand-up. Do you do any kind of marketing for yourself? I mean, I've seen some of your videos on Facebook.
That's it.
And I can tell you can't watch this girl on Facebook on your job in the daytime.
I'm sorry, Sharita.
You can't do it. But so are you doing any kind of marketing besides that? Are you reaching out or?
Okay. A good friend of mine, his name is Pastor Lawrence Jackson. He and I, we've got some skits going, and in fact, we did this event called One Night Escape, and it was in January. It's a sellout. I mean, we had to turn some people away, and this was us.
Where was it?
Bessemer Civic Center. It was the Bessemer Civic Center on January 15th. It was just us crazy, just, launching out, doing church stuff, church comedy. I mean, and we've got videos on YouTube and on our Facebook page, just playing around with it and see, and the biggest one that we have is the kitchen committee. And it's us doing, mimicking what people go through in a church with the kitchen committee. And it's Pastor and Miss Maddie, and I'm Miss Maddie, and we're on YouTube. And Pastor's is going, he's asking for the white meat and asking for different things. But Miss Maddie has already put the food in her trunk, took all the good food, and giving the crappy food to the congregants and everything.
Right.
So that got over 6 million views.
Is that right?
6 million. 6 million.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I can see y'all on Steve Harvey and stuff.
Ooh, in Jesus' name.
It's so funny because yesterday, we had the book launch, and after that, some of my family came, but they had to leave for a funeral. But and so after the book launch and everything was over, I stopped by the church, just to visit with the family for a minute, and by the time I got there, they were serving food. Okay, and what's the first thing I think about? Donna and Jimmy. Donna and Jimmy as a kitchen committee. Here I was after a funeral. Okay, think about Donna and Jimmy kitchen committee. I can't help but think about that. So, what do you have on the because we talked about you doing stand up, and that's gotta be great. That's gotta be great. I mean, because it's all still really new. Yeah. So it's gotta be great. But long term, let's talk about where you're going with this.
Long term, that right there is a stickler right there, because really and truly, as far as stand up going from city to city and doing I'm 50, and I don't see myself doing that. I really don't. I'm always like, God, whatever, I try to, tap into, and if you bless it, if you're anointed, okay, that means I'm supposed to do it or whatever. But personally, this is Donna. I don't really see myself doing stand up. I don't know. I think I would like to do some Tyler Perry type stuff. You know what I'm saying? On not necessarily a sitcom, maybe a movie or whatever. I'm dreaming big, okay? Dreaming big.
No, really, I'm telling you. You know what? I say? You gotta dream big. Yeah. Even to get to mediocre.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
You gotta get to the middle on the way to the top.
Yeah.
So because if you start dreaming mediocre, you ain't never gonna get off the ground, really. Right. So you gotta dream big.
Right. That's right.
So, but that can become a reality.
Oh my God.
So that can really become a reality. So the question is, that's where you can see yourself. But what would you plan for that? Like
as you know, he's having auditions. Kyle Perry, you know that.
Where?
In Atlanta. I've submitted, I just put my stuff out there. I said, and I said, Lord, okay, if it's for me, okay. If it's not, moving on. But I did. I submitted my quote unquote comedic resume to them with a headshot that was required. And I just said, okay, Lord, just like I did with AFV, with America's Funniest Video. I just said it, Lord, whatever.
When did you do that?
Last week.
And when are the auditions?
I don't know. See that? I don't know. Okay. You just put it out. They just put it out there that they're having auditions. So yeah, girl, I don't know, but I'm just saying, Lord, whatever you do.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be praying about that, and I can absolutely see you do that. Hey, and I know, you might get that connection, and then Tyler Perry end up being your mentor.
Girl.
Yeah, being your mentor. I know a guy, James Edwards, met a couple of years ago. He was just rolling through, starting off a speaking career. He had been in prison, had gotten out. And he just wanted to speak and give his testimony about he wanted to tell his story. He said, I'll talk to anybody. He just traveled, he and his friends, they got in the car, they speak anywhere, And so about a year into doing that, he had gone to some kind of conference. But anyway, he was at the airport, met Les Brown. Okay?
Are you serious?
Les Brown, and Les Brown became his mentor.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I'm saying I could totally see that happen. You just never know. You just never know. But that's a good first step. But you write. Are you doing any writing?
Yes, I do write. I have been so disobedient because I was supposed to have a book out way by now. Yeah, I know it. Don't. Yeah, I know that. And but honey, I'm working on that too. Yeah, I am working on that. I know I'm supposed to have a book out, but really and truly, and I've got several in my spirit. But one of them, let me tell you what my passion is, and this is from the marriage ministry scope, is getting wives to be more, and this is the church ladies, freaky with their husbands. I know it. I'm sorry. You want to bleep that out, girl? It's too late. But I'm telling you, I mean that. I'm serious about that.
Yeah, I understand.
There's a need.
Yeah,
I'm so serious.
Excuse me, children, get out.
Oh yeah, please, Jesus.
Yeah, children.
Let me get a scoop of water to cool my.
Go with your mother.
Oh Jesus. Oh Lord. Miss Donna, sorry, baby. I'm so sorry. Oh Lord, but the Lord loved it.
Go on, and close the door just like my hand, and I'll call you when I'm done.
Yes. Oh Lord, girl, you ain't tell me the children was in the room.
Look, that's okay. They don't know nothing about what you're talking about. But yeah, I can understand that. So okay, in your ministry, do people talk about? Is that we're not getting?
Yeah, that's an issue.
This is generally.
Yes.
This is part of the problem.
Yes. Yeah. There is a great need. I mean, I get on Facebook and I challenge the women. I said, listen, y'all, this is what I want y'all to do tonight. And honey, in fact, I had a challenge last week, honey. We were supposed to send out a text out. Girl, honey, you talking about some happy men? Ooh, yeah. I'm a male. I'm an advocate for the men. If she don't do right, I said, you tell me. I'm going to get on to it.
I saw some of that. I hear you talking.
Did you see it?
I watch you. You showed up. I don't know who. I think somebody invited you to I might invite you to the Bold Beautiful Women group, but I don't know how we got connected. You posted somewhere. You posted something somewhere, and I saw it, and I've been following you ever since.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. So I'm watching. I hope some of my guests that I hear today are watching you as well. But I wanted to mention one thing because earlier when we talked about how you launched your comedy career, you said people would tell you that you had missed your calling.
Yeah.
Okay, but you got two callings. You haven't missed anything. You got your ministry. That's a calling. And yeah, I don't. Like you talking about your word, you don't like it. This is not me, so it should be better whether I like it or not. But that's a missed call right there. You have 2 calls. You haven't missed anything. You know.
That's right.
You just have 2 callings.
But
you write this book. Have you started writing that book?
Girl, I got notes everywhere. I have not just sat down and really submitted it to a publisher. Now, a good friend of mine, my sister, Andrea Lynn Gates, who's written 3 books. She gave me all the information. I've just been a bad girl. I just have. Because, and in this book, one of the books actually is talking about wives. I've got this little thing going on Facebook called Whispers of a Married Woman. And it's some little truths about what we need to do as women. So don't nobody steal that title. Donna T. Brown did it first. Whispers of a Married Woman. It's been on Facebook for years.
You heard it first.
That's right.
You heard it first right here.
That's right. It's official. So I'm not supposed to be doing something with that, but I got to catch up with myself. I've been procrastinating. It's my fault. It is.
Yeah. Are you procrastinating or do you have time?
Girl, I got time.
Yeah.
I got time. I ain't even finna lie. I got time. I just getting myself together to try to do it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you can't do but one book at a time. So
that's right.
Got a series come out. But you not only that, but you write songs because I heard.
Yeah, girl. Oh yeah, I've got 2.
You got 2?
Carl Lewis, who is not only a longtime friend of mine, but he's a local talent. He sings throughout Birmingham at all of the little nightclubs and everything. He came to me and he asked me about 4 or 5 years ago to write him. So I said, Carl, I don't write songs. He said, don't you write poetry? I said, yeah. He said, well, you can write a song. So I've got 2.
Oh, you write poetry.
Girl, I got one that's me and all my blackness. That's good for Black History Month, and I do that on Facebook. Whatever, I ain't gonna do it. And I ain't got my stuff in front of me. But that's good. It's about girl. It's about the black woman to her black man, baby. Well, I wrote that in the 90s, but girl, that every time I read
in the 90s,
girl, it's deep. But anyway, listen. So the song "Mind Traffic" is my latest song, and it's on YouTube. Please look it up. D. Carl Lewis, Mind Traffic. And it's about it. This song is really.
Janet, can you put that in? Mind Traffic.
Yeah.
Carl Lewis. D. Carl Lewis.
D-E capital C-A-R-L Lewis. DeCarl Lewis.
Oh, DeCarl. Okay.
Yeah, girl. It's on YouTube, honey. And it's just, dealing with people who are dealing with depression. Just struggling emotionally. And Carl actually sang that on 3340 one time, girl, last year. No, I'm lying. Last year he sang it on 3340. So, of course, that's an issue that we all deal with, especially people in the church. So yeah, y'all look that up, girl.
Okay. Did you know him 4 years ago? Did he just come to you, or you knew him? That's why he came.
We grew up in Adamsville together. Country. We both grew up, and he just came to me and asked me, and asked me to do it. Since then, we've been collaborating together. And another song that I wrote for him is "Nevertheless," and it's a husband's confessional to his wife about being sorry for he committed infidelity. And cheated on his wife, and Carl is singing this song so awesomely. It's like a ballad.
Wait a minute, I can type it in.
Nevertheless, but the girl that ain't on YouTube yet. I'm gonna get it for you though.
Okay, the first is D. Carl Lewis, and it's called what? I forgot I can type it here.
Mind Traffic.
Yeah, I heard that. I think I told you in the book that just came out. That's what my chapter's about, dealing with depression. So I totally related to that. Yeah. So but you also write. So you wrote the skit about the kitchen committee, and then you and what's his name, Lawrence?
Mitchell Lawrence Jackson. He actually wrote that. Lawrence Jackson actually wrote that, and he just pulled me in, and baby, that thing just got crazy. It was on a lot of different Facebook pages, and on just 6 million views on Facebook.
6 million views. So you want to be like Tyler Perry. You want to write plays and skits. Have you got something already on the horizon that you're thinking about? I mean, I know you can't do more than one thing. That's where we get. That's where the procrastination come in. You got the book you want to do.
That's right.
You know you want to write, but have you got some notes down on something that you want to do with that?
Notes everywhere, and honey, I got them in cornbread notebooks and everything, cornbread tablets and all. I got them everywhere, just everywhere, and I just need to pull them together and manage all of this. It's so much going on in my head. I need somebody to manage my thoughts because they're everywhere.
They're everywhere. They're everywhere. So let me ask you about this mind traffic. Where did that come from? I mean, where did it?
I said, let me tell you.
Okay.
Paul, because he trusted me, he brought me this track. This guy named Ben Trexler. He's he's actually a producer. He just brought me the track. It was music only. I sat in my car one day after work. He said, Donna, I just know you can write the lyrics. I sat in my car and I went into a zone. I prayed first and I went into a zone and the words just came and I rapped the words around the lyrics. I do not know music. If you showed me a note, I wouldn't know what it was. I don't know all of that. Right. All I know is what God put in my head. Yeah. And those were the words, that I wrapped around the music. And I was amazed myself because I know it was God. It wasn't me.
Right. Yeah, the way it came together. Absolutely. Well, you know what? Because one of the favorite things that I've seen you do was, the skit about you and your husband stopping at the store.
Girl, yeah, that was true.
Can you do that? Can you tell that story right now?
Girl, see that? I knew you were going to do that. Jim, did I tell you she was going to tell me to do that? Girl. Oh, my God. Right now. Girl, see. Oh, my God. See that? I had to go into my zone.
Go ahead. Take all the time you need.
I can't tell him to go to my Facebook page, Sharita, and tell him to look at it then.
No. Come on.
Okay. All right. So me and Jimmy was on the road. We were coming from out of town and we had to stop in this town in Alabama, which the town is historically known to really not welcome those of the African American race. Okay. I mean, this was known. I'm not going to say the name of the town, but we needed to stop by the store. Okay. It was at night. And so we was a little apprehensive, but and I was like, Jimmy, please. I said, he said, no, we're gonna stop. He said, I'm a man. I'm a grown man. And I'm a man of God, and I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna go in here and get. This is not the 1960s. I'm going in here and get me what I need at this store. And I said, okay. So I was nervous. Very much so, but hey, his mind was made up. Right. So anyway, just as we were getting ready to get out the car, there was these two pretty mean, rough looking white dudes. I mean, I'm serious. They didn't look nice at all. Mm-hmm. And like I said, it was at night, and just as we didn't see them when we was getting out, but by the time we was out, they was coming toward us. Mm-hmm. I said, okay. I said, Jimmy, and he kept walking. So me, instead of being quiet, we was walking. They was getting close to us, and then I was getting, and I was getting closer to him. And so girls, some just hit me, and they was walking. I said, "Roll Tide!" Roll Tide, sister. Did you watch that game? And they started talking. Going all into it. And him and Jimmy, they were talking. I went on in the store, got what I got wanted, and come on out. Girl, yeah. They were still talking. All I had to do was say Roll Tide. Yeah. It just came out my gut.
That's a connector.
Yes. And it lets me know that Alabama crosses racial boundaries. It brings us together as a race. I'm telling you.
Football.
So Roll Tide, it transcends everything.
Exactly. And it's funny that you should say that and that should happen, because it's funny just the stuff that rolls through your mind.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Because even if that was somebody else, and even if they had some apprehension, not everybody would have thought to do that. But the other thing The other thing for you, when you have that, you have the football in common because you're a football fan.
Well, my husband, I just follow him. Yeah, I just do what he tells me to do.
But you know, comedy brings people together too.
Yes, yes,
yeah,
it
comedy
does.
brings people together too.
Yes.
Let's talk about this because you are 50.
Yes, I am.
And starting a new career at 50.
At 50.
Yeah, that you didn't really plan.
No, I tell you what, Sharita, I've always said though that I am not going to work in a secular job all my life. I've said that. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I've always spoke that for years. I've spoken that. No, if I'm going to do something, I want to do it being happy. You know, I don't mind my job now. It's cool. Right, in fact, it's a cake job. But you know, I'm really ready to do something different.
Okay, yeah, and I think all of our viewers here, at least a couple of them, Janet Tatum, Sandra Hill Ward, they're entrepreneurs as well. I can't really see these small pictures and who they are, so I know at least the three of us feel you on that. Okay.
Okay.
You know, Janet works, and Janet happens to love her job.
Yes.
You know, which is where she loves her job. You know, she's very fortunate there. But she also has a passion for something that she wants to do too. She's into beauty and makeup. You know, she has a passion for that. You know, so if anybody listening to makeup artists in the local Birmingham area, that would be Janet Tatum. She's a Mary Kay consultant. So we know how you know, you get that burning desire. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Once you get bit by that entrepreneurial bug, there is no killing it. It doesn't go away. You know, my friend Carol, you say, I can't kill it and it won't die.
It won't. Okay. That's true.
I can't kill it. It won't die because I've been, you know, at it or doing something probably since 91, and I've tried to suppress it a number of times, but it just will not go away. So I feel on that. But at 50, you know, you might not look at it as being 50 or 25. There's no difference. But is there any apprehension about launching the careers later than most comedians?
No.
Okay.
It really isn't. Okay. Because I just believe that if God approves it, if it's God approved, it's gonna happen. I don't care. I can be 150.
Yeah, you know, right.
It'll happen. You know, it blows my mind at the time that it's happening. My last baby is in school. She's getting ready to go to college, and so it's freeing me and Jimmy of, you know, all that parenting that we had to do to, you know, raise our kids and everything. You know, I've got 3 babies, but my last one is in high school. She's getting ready to go to college, and so now we're more available to do things. And so I really believe that I'm fixing to tap into something.
Okay.
I feel very strong about that.
Do you have anything coming up? Any kind of shows coming up soon for general audiences? You know, comedy, a play. I am. Remember what we was talking about earlier about women? I'm gonna do a ladies church ladies night out. Okay. I'm gonna do that. I haven't booked a place or anything yet, but it's gonna be we're gonna be dealing with some pretty raw stuff, uncensored, about some of the things that we need to do as wives. Go back to, or if we've not done it, we need to start. And that's being, I'm a firm believer that marriage is advanced dating. When you was dating, you need to be still doing it while you're married. Yeah. Okay? You need to and more, because now you can do it with God's approval. You know what I'm saying? You know, and we do all this crazy stuff when we're dating. I mean, you know, the same thing it took to get right. And I believe in it. I preach it. So I'm gonna do it. I see you getting props from the only married lady in the audience here.
What now? What's that?
I see you getting a hand clap from the only married lady in the audience here. Yeah, go ahead. I see you, Sandra. Yeah.
But so,
where would this be? Are you like at a dinner or something like that.
I'm praying about it. Where it's gonna be. I have, but I've been making notes, mental notes, and notes on paper. When it came up in my spirit to do. But I'm definitely, I don't have the date, I don't have the place, but I do have the idea, and it's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. And we're gonna have a good time because it's gonna be some church. I'm inviting especially the church ladies because I don't know why we think that we can't do. Some of us think we can't even dance in public.
Really? Yeah.
I got those two, girl, honey.
You got everything. Well, listen. So, what? Can we meet Jimmy?
Jimmy. He still got his church clothes on too. Come on, Jimmy. This is girl. I can't even. Child.
How you doing?
Hey, Jimmy. How you doing? Yeah, you all are stars. You all are the loving couple stars. I love y'all. I can't wait to meet you. I can't wait to meet you.
I want to meet you too.
When Jimmy saw you on the test the other night, he said, "I like her, darling. I like her." He did, girl. He did, honey. He's so sweet.
Yeah, very good. We're gonna be seeing more of you. I hope.
Yeah.
You will.
Well, let me ask you this. So, what about the single people? You also got such a great married. So, do you have anything for the single people?
Yes.
Where do women meet great guys? Where do guys meet great women?
Listen, as a matter of fact, next month we're going to be talking to some singles up in Coleman. So we're going to be doing some single ministry also.
We're going to be in Coleman, Alabama, baby. The Lord called for us.
Like always going to Coleman.
He called for us. We're going to be the weekend.
Is he calling for you to do one in Birmingham?
Huh?
Is he calling for you to do one in Birmingham?
We're working on that also.
Yeah, we're working on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Call me first on that one. Okay. I'm your first ticket holder. Okay.
We will.
I'm gonna put it in the layaway. Okay.
We're gonna give you a
VIP. What you say, Jimmy?
G said we're gonna give you a VIP.
Oh, special. Special. I like that. Well, I'm gonna be looking forward to it because single people, we need that too.
Encouragement.
Yes.
We need that encouragement.
Right.
We need as women, we need good men, and the men need good women. Yeah. Absolutely. So, we Janet, I hear high five, clap, now, okay, do cartwheels and all that, right? Okay. So we need some of that too. And so, we're not married people, but certainly you two would serve as an inspiration.
Wow.
Or look towards when we do find that purpose, and so I think everybody ought to have that counseling going into it, so they can plan for having marriage, and people ought to know that from Jump Street, particularly with the ministry, and not talking about any terms in particular, but do you when you counsel couples before they get married, do you know sometimes that y'all don't need to get married?
Yeah, absolutely.
We do.
Absolutely. And we are, because, like even with the initial interview, we just listen to them. We don't even really give any advice. Every now and then we may, jump in and say something. But honey, after we listen to them, we come together, me and him, I have a little dinner date or whatever, and bring our notes together because we take notes. And they ain't prayed, they ain't asked God about nothing. They just, child, no. And we tell them, this is our mantra. You need to ask God, are y'all supposed to be together? Now, this is for premarital. You need to ask God, because if you ain't got God permission, anything can happen. Anything can happen.
That's right. So how do they receive that?
Well, some of them say, we have mixed answers. Some of them say, well, yeah, I believe, I think, you need to find out, because that's how we got together. Jimmy said God told him that I was his wife. I was sitting in the choir stand singing, and he said God said that that's her. But I didn't believe that. I ain't believe it. But God told me too. So
Yeah, right. So let me see here. Somebody here, Durham, is it Durham Skyrider? You said you're going to be a video producer starting at 60. Are you wanting to join this conversation? Got this. I think it's Durham Skywriter. He says he's self-employed journalist, and when I get my new video camera, I'll be starting a new side job as video producer.
Age 60.
Wow. Yeah, so it's never too late to go after something that you really want to do. I'm not sure if he's gonna. Okay, give me a quick minute to move my laptop. Okay, he's gonna join us. We're gonna talk to him for a minute because that's how Blab works. You know what I'm saying? Okay. We all have something to share, and we just happen to be talking about today starting a new career.
Right.
I hate you don't like comedian. I don't like advanced years because I'm older than everybody on here, right? Okay.
No, you're not.
I'm 56, so I'm super sensitive. Okay, when Janet okay, I'm sorry, Janet. I didn't mean to tell your age too. Yeah, I know what's going on here. I can tell by looking at pictures. Okay, I'm not. Yeah, but hey, I got my mama jeans, so
I'm telling because you look fabulous.
I'm not complaining.
You better not.
Yeah, I won't. But so while we're waiting, do you have any advice for anyone wanting to launch any kind of either career, goal, job, habit, or whatever? What kind of advice? Two fronts. On the marriage front and on the career front or goal front. What kind of advice would you have for them, young and old?
Okay, on the marriage front, definitely. I mean, and this is just from a believer's standpoint. Get God's permission. Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not to your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your path. I believe that you need to ask God before you go shopping and looking and giving your heart away. Before you do all of that and get tied up into something that's hard for you to get out of, ask God. Ask God.
Yeah.
And all and that applies too with the launching of my new career. I mean, God has always been dealing with me. And so with everything, I just say, okay, God, what you think? And He says, if it works, then it's me. If it works, it's me. If it don't work, it ain't me. So go on, do something else.
And you know what? Just saying that, it just so reminds me how complicated we can make things.
Yes.
I mean, you can't get more simple than that.
That's true.
You can't get more, if it works, I'm all in it.
Yeah.
I'm all in it. If it doesn't,
that ain't me.
I'm not in the mix. That's on you. That's on you. One thing I meant to ask you earlier when you started talking about your kids, I can't live with y'all because y'all so funny.
They are so embarrassed. They are, especially my boys. My boys are so embarrassed. And my daughter, which is the youngest, she's 18, and she calls what we do. She said, "Why y'all gotta be so nasty?" And that's just we just kids. You know what I'm saying? But I know that they love it. I know it. They'll never tell us. That's okay.
Yeah, for sure. Well, for a number of reasons, because a lot of people are not together. Marriages don't last long. Okay, they absolutely have a wonderful role model about what a relationship is supposed to be like. I mean, and so a lot of kids don't get that. And I look at one of my cousins. I haven't seen her since she was a child. She lives somewhere in the West, I believe. And she and her husband, they've been married a long time. I don't know how long. I want to say about 20 years or so, maybe longer than that. And I look at her, and I look at her parents, who, I'm 56, and they haven't been married 56 years, I'm sure. But as far back as I can remember, they've been married, and so as a result, their daughter, their only child, is in a loving relationship, lasting, long relationship, because they have that mom. So that's very important. Show calls. Let's see if I'm doing this right. Are you trying to get in, Durham? Yeah. So I don't know why you can't come in. Oh, here we go.
Hey.
Oh,
Hey, how you doing? Tell me your name. Tell me your name.
hey,
What's your name?
Patricia Murray.
Patricia Murray. So you're getting into videography.
I am. I actually have an online newspaper, and so because I take my own pictures and I'm also a freelance photographer, why not move over into video, right?
Right.
Right.
Okay.
And how about Janet? Can you take a seat, Janet? If you're still on here, can you join this conversation? So how long have you been in photography?
That's a hobby that I shared with my dad. So ever since I was maybe 10, and I'm 60 now.
And you're 69, and you're rolling over into videography. So are you already doing that? Do you have clients?
I do video casually because I have a cheap little what I call toy camera. It looks like a cell phone, but it works. I mean, I have a bunch of videos on my YouTube channel, but it's time for me to really take it serious and start making money with it.
Okay, and so have you kind of been practicing that all along, or you decided and you're now just learning?
Oh no, I've been editing. I learned video editing by watching YouTube videos. Believe it or not, you can almost go to college on YouTube.
Yeah. Janet, my friend Janet Tatum is watching. At least I see her photo here, and so she is like she goes to YouTube University too. Okay, so yeah, and so she has learned how to do video herself. She's learned how to do editing herself. You know, she just goes on there like she's waiting to get her bachelor's degree. From YouTube, but she has learned a tremendous amount. So you've been watching. Have you enjoyed this? Have you enjoyed this today?
I've just now discovered your show. Is this a weekly show? Because it's my first time.
It comes on every Sunday at 3:00, and it's Renew, Refresh, Reset Your Life TV, where every day presents another opportunity to hit the reset button on your life. And I talk about people who are doing something new. They've stopped putting off things they wanted to do. For some reason, their life hasn't been working. They've decided to hit the reset button, and we talk about that, okay? Because we want to be encouragers of everybody who wants to do what they want to do and not let things stop them. I also talk about people who have issues with comfort zones, because comfort zone and fear block you from doing everything that you want to do. And so I like to talk to people about that and have them to share, if they can, about exiting out of those comfort zones and overcoming fear so they can start living life on their own terms.
Right.
Okay. On their own terms. Okay. So is this all you do is photography? Is that your life?
Well, my first job. Well, I've had several. I'm 60, so I've had lots of different jobs. But
I mean, do you work in addition to that?
Well, what I was saying, when I was first in Chicago, I just had ordinary proofreading and editing jobs while doing a community newspaper on the side, and I had a radio show on the side. But my life took a real drastic turn about maybe 13 years ago when I moved here to North Carolina because my aunt had Alzheimer's. That became my job, taking care of my aunt.
Oh, yeah. That's quite a job.
Yeah. And then I said, this city needs another community newspaper. So I started a paper here.
Really?
Did a radio show and walked away from the radio show last year to go totally online. Okay. So
was it your own radio show?
I had a radio show on WNCU.
Oh, wow, that's great.
So now my newspaper, instead of being in print, it's online.
Okay, what's the name of it?
It's called the Durham Skywriter, durhamskywriter.com. So that's my community paper. And then instead of doing radio Skywriter, now I do TV Skywriter. In fact, my show is I'm scheduled to do my show in a couple of hours. And it's so interesting, Donna, because my guest is going to be a person who wants to be a comedian, and he's age 25.
Wow!
And
his mama.
And he thinks he's getting a late start.
Okay. Okay. That's fun.
Are you on Blab? Is your show on Blab?
My show's going to be on Blab at 7:00 Eastern Time. Mm-hmm.
And what's the name of it?
TV Skywriter.
TV Skywriter. Skywriter. Donnie, you ought to watch. Do you welcome people to sit in on your show?
On my show? Sure.
Yeah. So the writer, the comedian that's coming on, he's 25, so he's automatically coming to your show. Like we asked you to be a guest here. Do you invite people to be guests just randomly like that?
Wait. Let me ask the question.
So,
okay.
So I'm saying you were just viewing us.
Yeah.
And I asked you to come in and take a seat. Do you allow people to do that on your show?
Yes, I do. Except
you should watch it, Donna. You should watch it this evening while she has that young comedian on there. I think that'd be a good two to talk to.
What time?
It's going to be
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock Eastern.
Central Standard Time?
Eastern time, 7 o'clock Eastern.
Okay, so 7 o'clock Eastern. That's 6 our time.
Mm-hmm.
6 Central and
Are you in
7.
Alabama too?
Yeah, we're Alabama.
Okay.
I'm Alabama by way of Detroit. Some 30-some years ago.
I'm from Chicago, but my father's roots, well, his mom and, going back is Talladega County in Alabama.
Oh, is that right? Yeah. I love the South.
And
I love the
Talladega College, in fact, in Alabama. Just 60 miles from Birmingham.
Yeah, right. I'm familiar with it. So I've driven through there. I've never stopped there to do anything besides buy gas. But yeah, and I've known people. I work at a university as well, so I know people. We have students come in every summer, and some of them have come from Talladega College. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. Did you go to Talladega College?
Right.
Got it. Mm-hmm. Well, very good. Well, I'm going to tune into your show this evening. I'm going to have to set my clock. I'm going to subscribe to you. Durham Skywriter is the name of the show. She comes on at 7 o'clock Eastern.
I know a lot of people on Blab set up shows in advance so you can subscribe.
You can subscribe to it.
I've been having some problems. So I don't set up my show in advance. I just set it up. I'll be setting it up right at 7 o'clock. So.
Oh, you do? You've had some technical problems? Or do you know Eileen? Do you know Eileen Smith?
Yeah, I do. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I mean, Eileen talks a lot about that, because I've had to call on her about, how to resolve some technical issues on Blab.
Yeah, because I've been having some trouble. So I'll be starting my show. You won't see my show pop up probably until 6:45 or 7 o'clock.
Okay, all right.
I do welcome people on the show. Now, when I do casual Blabs, I'll invite even strangers on if they say, "Can I come in?" Officially, TV Skywriter, which is tonight. I only let in people if I know who they are. Okay. Just a little bit of what's been going on lately.
Right here.
See, here's the thing. Blab is becoming popular. All right.
Sure, it's becoming popular.
And so what's happening is that people are showing up who have only been, you always check people's profiles when they. Mm-hmm. And sometimes if they don't have a picture, I notice you don't have a picture, Donna. But
because I'm gonna come on. She got me doing this. This is my first time.
Okay.
Yeah. She didn't know anything about Blab until I invited her to be a guest.
Wow, that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Donna's probably gonna have a Blab of her own.
Okay, but I'm just saying, when you're a host and you see someone without a picture, or especially if you see someone who's only been on Blab for 1 day or 2 days, a lot of times these people are begging to come on, and then they're extremely inappropriate.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. This is probably maybe my 5th one. And my very first one was accidental. Okay. I was just trying to test it out. And that's when Eileen Smith came on.
Oh, cool.
But I think outside of guests, you're probably the first one that's coming on Take a Seat, because I'm usually pretty focused and only my guest is here. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we took a chance here. We took a chance here on you because I'm still learning Blab. I'm still learning the ropes. I'm very cautious.
In fact, I'm going to follow you all. Wait, let me get some of these. Wait a minute. Woo. Okay, wait.
That's why W1 told me to crack the head. I knew it.
Oh, you gotta meet her, Doc. She's hilarious too. So
I'm gonna follow you all.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow you. So follow me too.
Durham Skywriter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'd be happy to have both of you on, my show whenever you all would want to come on. You can talk about your talk show, and then Donna, you can talk about your comedy, and you're going to do your own Blabs?
Yeah. Sharita gonna help me.
I just launched I'm a co-author on a best-selling book, that just launched yesterday. We had a big event in book signing for it. It's called I Am Woman. 21 women embracing their journey to truth and their authentic selves. So we're really proud of that. Myself and Sonia Hill Ward, who's on here today. So we're really proud about that. And so we share a huge part of us in hopes that our story will help people that have faced some of the things that we face and to triumph over those things. It's all about the victory. It's all about the victory. It's about the victory. It's about living life to the fullest, knowing that you can do it, overcoming obstacles, and there's just not any reason why people should not be happy and cannot be happy. And most reasons why they aren't is because of their own selves.
I got you.
You have to decide. You have to decide. So this is Renew, Refresh, Reset Your Life TV. I am Sharita Cadenhead, and I hope you all have enjoyed the show. I'm so glad you joined. I'm so glad you joined. We're gonna be watching tonight. Yeah, I don't have I've got a little bit of everything going on. I try to keep a calendar and do things, by my calendar. And I haven't really had a chance to get to know a lot of the people that do blabs. I've got to do better by that, whether it means I designate a day or 2 days, because this becomes part of the network. And so the social network, that's exactly what it's about, making those connections, with people who are either doing something where you can partner with, or meeting somebody who might serve as a referral for someone, or I might serve as a referral for someone. If you're trying to do something in the local area, you'll know somebody. So I think that's what social networking is all about. I
have a suggestion for you. Okay.
Yeah.
You all are both in the area. So here's the thing. I have an agreement with our local cable access TV channel. They run my show for free. So my show is not only on Blab, I upload it to my YouTube channel, okay? And because I have a newspaper, I run the cable access channel's ad for free. And I'm getting the better deal because they air my show for free. So my show is on TV in Durham and in Chapel Hill, the town next door. And I'm always surprised when people say, "Oh, I know you." Oh, and I'm like, I see it on TV. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's great information.
All you have to do now, in your case, you don't have a newspaper, so you can't offer free advertising, but you can become a member. I know you have cable access in Alabama. I know you do.
Yeah, of course we do. Of course we do. Yeah.
So, in fact,
we're not that far back in the woods.
I just remember when I was in Talladega. See, I was in college from '74 to '78. And that's the first time I ever saw cable TV because it started out in the rural areas, actually. It didn't hit the big cities until later. It was supposed to have only been for rural people back in the 70s. So,
is that right? Because they didn't have good connections?
Exactly. That's exactly what. And they realized, we can make some money. So,
Everybody's got an idea.
But see, if you become a member, and it's usually really cheap, you can take a class and get certified and all that stuff. And then your show can be on cable TV. And who knows where that can take you. I'm just saying.
Well, it probably could take me where I want to go.
And that's why Donna needs to be comfortable on Blab, because you don't know where you're going to end up. You're going to end up super famous and whatnot.
You don't. Really, if this... you're already on TV or on cable, and so anybody, and I know that I'm doing, from what I've seen on Blab, I'm doing something a little bit different from what I've viewed, because there's a lot of people doing a lot of how to use Blab, Twitter, Facebook, social media, those kind of things, and what I'm doing is nothing like that, So initially I was, is this really a good fit? But
I'm similar.
This is my thing. This is my thing. Okay.
We're interviewing people, so we have similar shows. But I would suggest to the both of you also, if you're not on Periscope, check out Periscope.
I am.
Okay.
I haven't done Periscope in 2 weeks, but I was doing a weekly Periscope every Monday, which I'm supposed to be starting back tomorrow.
I'm on Periscope every single morning. I list events happening in Durham. And I also, of course, I only give them a little bit. I don't tell them the address of the event. I tell them you have to look at the Durham Skywriter to get the address and the website.
Exactly.
So my readership has greatly grown. And I'm going to tell you the same thing, Donna, that I'm going to tell the young comedian that I'll speak to today. And that is get on Periscope.
Okay.
You're going to hear me say this tonight. If you do something really cute, like every day. Now my show is only 5 minutes. So
is it?
Yeah, so you don't have to be scared as
your Periscope?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Your Periscope? Okay.
It's called Bull City Notes. Durham is called the Bull City. Just like Birmingham's the Vulcan City.
Right.
And so I simply gather events from my newspaper and I read them. And I say, you can find this on the health page or the school page or whatever, the Durham Skywriter. And like I said, my readership has shot up. But here's the thing. As far as the comedian, I'm telling the young man to do a little comedy thing every day. Just a funny take on something that you see in the news. It doesn't have to be but a couple of minutes. And just because most people on Periscope a lot of them are selling something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay. Not too many real media people. That's why I'm kind of unique. You're kind of unique on Blab.
Right.
The regular media hasn't really discovered Blab yet. And you don't see comedians. Well, there is a guy with the dragon puppet. Have you seen the guy with the puppet on Blab?
No, is he a comedian?
I think he thinks he's a comedian. Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
Outlandish. But Donna, I think you could get on. I would suggest Periscope.
Okay.
And just get out there and just say, something that you see in the news and just make fun of it or just funny observation.
She's got the material. And one thing too, for Donna, because Donna does.
You finish right quick though. You finish right quick.
When you upload these videos, your Periscope and your Blab, you don't have to just do the YouTube.
Yeah.
Your Periscope and your Blab can be uploaded to your YouTube. So you kill a lot of birds.
I do that
with the Blab and Periscope, you got your live audience.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say though is that with Periscope, okay, like I said, I'm driving people to my newspaper with Periscope and also my show on Blab. But Donna, if you're on Periscope every day and people say, "Oh, there's that lady again," and they start looking forward to your comment, you could say, "Watch my show on Blab this Thursday at 7 or 8 or what." You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
yes.
Thank you for following me. I appreciate that. SYW1.
Can I follow you? I'm sorry. Yeah, make sure you follow her, Donna. I had forgot to do that. Just click right here next to her name.
Okay.
So you can do that too. You can make a funny observation, something from the news, maybe practice something that like something you've written and just see how it sounds, and
okay.
Yeah. And then just say, for more, check my YouTube channel. And then say, and my debut, my TV show will be on Friday at 5 o'clock or whatever. And tell them where to go to watch your show.
You got that, Donna?
I got that.
I see you thinking.
Did you see? But you see, I'm trying to follow her. Yeah, here we go. There we go.
Did you get it? You got it?
I think I did that, honey. Let's see.
What if you did? I'll make sure to hook you up, whether some kind of way, whether email. But I think you probably got it. You clicked on what is it, the little man right? I guess it looks like a little man right next to her name. If you click on that, you'll follow her. Well, I'm gonna check out. It's been great talking with both of you.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
So much good information. I'm telling you ladies are awesome. Donna, I'm so glad we live in the same city. I'm gonna watch you grow, and I'm listening. People say I knew her way back. we look, we don't even have to meet in person. Yeah, we're good friends.
That's right.
We go back to yesterday, okay? All right, everybody, thank you for joining me. You all have a great evening, and I'll see you this evening on your show.
Okay, take care.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.